Hey everybody, my name is Kevin and welcome to Kev's Vibe of the Day. Let's get right to the cards. Here we go. So this morning, I pulled the Stag card, which seems appropriate for the time of the year being autumnal and how all the deer and the stag, well, I see deer mostly with their young ones. I don't see too many stags, but what's the message that comes from this today? Well, it's rather Celtic. So it feels like it's very rooted in traditions, if you will. The stag represents strength and protection. So it would be strength in leadership. So this stag, if you look at this, the kind of symbol of a stag, it's very stoic, very poised, very deep, very thoughtful. And in the Native American traditions, it's considered to be very revered because the stag has provided many materials for those traditional celebrations that they have. Makes the skin makes clothing, it provides food, and the antlers, this crown of antlers, also provides drumsticks and handles for what they call those things. They're fans, essence fans, if you will. Anyway, so the meaning, the message behind the stab is just to trust in your own gifts, in your own abilities, and to look at all the areas of your life where you've been a very powerful leader and have the ability to lead. So many of us in our lives go through spurts of growth and confidence where we feel on top of the world, we can accomplish anything and do anything. And that's all part of reaching the arc of the growth. And then there's this period of time where things kind of slope off, become somewhat, I can't say mundane, but I'm going to go there. There's a flatlining that happens where the mesh of our personal life and professional life and all the leadership skills, we've learned them, we've got there, we've sort of reached a healthy plateau, and this is what this card is representing. It's using all of our qualities for leadership, the poise, the professionalism, and trusting that those same gifts, those same patterns that are part of our spirit is moving us forward. This is how we thrive. So there's also the feeling that at some point we get knocked off our top, we get knocked off the edge, we sort of come apart, if you will. And typically that happens in these big growing spurts that we experience. I'm trying to think of a growing spurt myself, coming out and doing something different with your life, presenting yourself in a little bit of a different way is vulnerable. There's still poise. They're still trusting that, well, if I wasn't supposed to be doing it, it would not be happening. The fear of ridicule, failure, getting it wrong, not doing it right will always be there. I think the nervousness of doing something and stepping out into the unknown will always challenge anyone of integrity, in anyone of trust, and anyone who moves forward in life with that intelligence, integrity, trust, and respect. So if this is kind of how you typically approach situations, relationships, people, places, with that trust, respect, integrity, that kind of thing, you will always thrive because there's always that level of keeping things in perspective. The stag is saying, stand strong in those beliefs and those virtues, there you are, and know that you can thrive with them. Those feelings of being poised, being together, standing strong and confident with your heels and your feet firmly on the floor has allowed you to move forward. When things become complacent and they become somewhat too easy, and we sort of go through life taking things, people, places, and situations for granted with this expectation that all will be the way it's going to be because that's how it's going to be, and blah, 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 blah. That's when the ego takes over. And I'll say again, I've said before, the ego's job is to keep you, me, and everybody else in fear. That's how the ego survives. And fear comes from all kinds of awkward places that's so prevalent and so habitual in everything that we do, we don't even know it's there until someone presents it. So someone else tells us the truth. What are you so frightened of? What are you so worried about? Why do you keep going on about that? And we get to see the pattern. And then we're like, oh, yes, you're right. Never thought about it. Never considered it. They're not saying that we're a failure or that we're stupid or this or that. They're just pointing out the fact that this is ridiculous. These are the things you've already accomplished in your life and done, strong, confident, and here you're worried about this little thing over here. So know that your strength are in your gifts of virtue and respect and leadership and standing your ground and being up for whatever strength you can be up for. It isn't in worrying about what will happen if this, that, the other thing. Just trust it. Go with it. Also take the time to see the blessings and the virtues that you've learned, the things you've overcome in leadership, when you've shown up, when you've taken a chance, when you've led your own way sometimes. Sometimes we go through life where we're really not sure what we're doing or why we're doing it. We just do it anyway. That's been my experience probably the last year and a half. I have just done things I didn't expect I would do, and I've done them anyway, without really giving any thought to whether or not it's going to work. And I can say hand on heart and hand to God, it's all been fine. Actually, better than fine. It has allowed me to slim down and condense what I would normally fester over and take too much time worrying about. I just go and I do it. I've always had, I think, times in my life where I've thought a little bit harder and wondered if this would be to my highest good. That's my now way of approaching things. I want to make sure this is for my highest good and the highest good of all those people I love and care about. If it's not, I can't speak to it, talk about it, present it, share it, any of that. Yeah, done. Let's read from Melody Beatty's book, Journey to the Heart. We are on the 22nd of October 2021. 2-2. Well, let's see. 10-2-2-2-1. Lots of twos and ones in this one. Heal your past is the message. Open your heart to the universe. Let it bring you love and comfort. Let it bring you healing. Let it take you back to your past long enough to heal it, so that you can move forward into joy. Universal love can bring something other than straightforward movement. Sometimes it takes us backward into our past and leaves us there long enough to heal. An accident occurs and we react strongly. Our emotions are more intense than necessary for the present moment. We may not notice, we may think, this is now, this is how I'm feeling about what's happening today. But we become more aware, some parts of us says, I'm feeling something from yesterday too, something I wasn't safe enough to see and feel then. Let yourself feel your past, and then let yourself heal. Take responsibility for your behaviors. Let the emotions clear. Then you will see what the universe has done. It has just created a healing scenario for you, a gentle trigger to the past, a gentle step forward to your heart. So, how would this line up with the stag? Being able to see the journey that we've taken, being able to see the parts of strength and leadership that we've shown, being able to recognize what we've overcome and what we may be still stuck with is a good way to move forward. Reflection is always healthy. Now, there's a slippery slope between reflecting on something to heal it, part of the Akashic records, part of seeing everything that's recorded and maybe changing the record, changing the feeling about it. That's one thing. If it heals and allows you to put it where it needs to be in the past, good. And then there's being obsessed by it, stuck by it, paralyzed, pushed into that place where we go to because it's safe. And that's a really slippery slope. Being safe in a story that serves, being safe in a story that gets something, doesn't move it forward, keeps it stuck. It's a tough place to be sometimes. And we find ourselves at this point in life and culture where there is this amazing big shift, this huge cultural turn of events. And when I say turn, it is turning. Like, you can look at it with a feeling of fear, or you can look at it as a growth spurt and saying this is part of something amazing that I'm part of, watching, seeing, realizing. And it's all in how you perceive it. Fear, oh my goodness, everything's running out, lack, whatever that is. Or, well, it's making room for something else. It's making room. It's making room. There's now room. There's more room. Think about that. Think about when things go, when they don't come, when they don't move forward, when they're not being produced, making room for something else. All right, I think it's time to meditate. So eyes down, palms up, heart open. And for this morning, let's just reflect upon what our bodies are and where we are in them. Think of yourself as the spirit that you are, the joyful, loving, kind, caring soul that you are, that is living, breathing, experiencing a body that is equally as intelligent, equally as powerful, equally as healthy as the spirit, you, in it. And let's harmonize the two together. Take a big breath in. As you slowly let go, just be in the experience of being grounded into Mother Earth, surrounded by the love of Mother Earth. And then find a breath that works, a breath that you are cognizant of, a breath that you know, a breath that you can feel going into your body and leaving your body, bringing in new life, new opportunities, releasing and let go of everything that needs to be done. You create a mantra for your meditation in your day. A mantra to keep you present is something you say inwardly to yourself that brings you focus on a point. Your mantra can be, I am the love of God, and you can say that repeatedly. It could be, I am the glory of the universe. I am the peace within that shines without. You can also say, abundance of goodness runs to me, through me, and from me. Goodness and abundance is what I am. Open and receptive to goodness in abundance is what I am. Whatever mantra you say and repeat should begin to feel somewhat uncomfortable, odd, different. It is vibrating to a level of new. Keeping the focus in the vibration of the affirmation, in other words, your mantra, for no less than 15-16 seconds brings focus to it, invokes, stirs up the energetic forces of creation to manifest it. Affirming something positive that lifts your vibration into somewhere positive, that creates the feeling and general well-being, is the expressway to manifesting what you want, your heart's desire. Knowing that everything that happens, all experiences, even the ones that are challenging, provide an opportunity to vibrate at either a higher level, positive level, joyful level, inspiring level, or the opposite of. Trusting and thriving requires courage in the unknown and focusing on all things happen for your highest good. And continue allowing yourself to be in this space of intelligent gratitude. not waiting for something to be received, but knowing everything is being received. Not waiting for permission to do, say, get, or be, but knowing you already have and already are. Just allow yourself to breathe in this quiet space of meditation, the closest connection you have to yourself, your higher self. Focusing and receiving, allowing and manifesting, sifting and sorting all that is good about you, all that is good for you, and all that is good that's coming to you. When you feel complete with your meditation, bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Allow yourself to keep your focus fresh, your affirmations resident. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye center, and together we bow and say namaste. Thank you, my friends. Meditation is simply that. It isn't a complicated, convoluted. In fact, it's the opposite of complicated and convoluted. It's simply a place to be in the present moment without attaching to any other time and space. All right, until next time, enjoy your Friday, and we'll see each other soon. Bye.